Magandang araw po. Nandito tayo ulit sa Usapang Matino ng Net25. And today we have a very important guest who's very busy with these cases in the impeachment of VP Sara Duterte, but he's here with us. No other than Attorney Poa.
Thank you for having me on your show. It's a pleasure to meet you finally in person.
Thank you. It's very important na nandito sa atin si Attorney Poa kasi ngayon nga po nag-hearing na. Sinasabi kong hearing kasi parang hindi naman totoong hearing ito eh. Parang nakascript na ito eh. Pero tingnan natin, tanungin pa rin natin si Attorney Poa ng kanyang mga insights at kanyang opinion. Attorney, the Vice President filed a answer ad cautelam.
Yes.
Pero hindi siya nag-appear doon. Hindi po ba? Since impeachment is really largely a political process. Just tell the viewers, bakit nga po hindi na nag-appear si VP Sara Duterte?
Unang-una, kailangan siguro nating maklaro sa ating mga kababayan na there is no requirement, contrary to statements that are being floated around, there is no requirement for a respondent to appear personally dito sa ginagawang pagdinig sa Committee on Justice. Pangalawa, we submitted a letter day before the committee hearings. That was, if I believe, March 22, I think. No? At sinabi natin doon sa letter na yon, basically, na we are opposing, we have fundamental objections to what is being conducted right now, which they have termed to be a mini trial. No?
Mini trial?
Oo. And para maklaro din natin, ang basihan natin doon, ang sinasabi natin doon, ayon sa ating saligang batas, ang initiation ng impeachment proceedings exclusively with the House. Tama yan.
Yes.
No? Pero pagdating sa pag-try ng impeachment cases, that is exclusively with the Senate.
Yes,
diba?
Section 36, Article 9, mga
Yes.
kababayan. The sole power to try impeachment cases is with the Senate. Whatever
Yes.
you call it, a mini trial, a mini poodle. They will be usurping the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court if they do that. But they're insisting on it. Why do you think they're insisting on it?
Well, your best guess is as good as mine, no?
Yeah.
But sa atin kasi, of course, with due respect to our lawmakers naman, no? Ang sa atin lang, ano bang pananaw natin sa stage na ito? Diba? When it was referred to the committee, the purpose of the committee is to actually determine if there is probable cause. Hindi ba? To, nandiyan na yung sufficiency in form, sufficiency in substance,
Okay.
meron pang ang sufficiency in grounds, tapos determine na sila ng probable cause. Sa atin, dapat pag nagde-determine ng probable cause, your evaluation is limited to the complaints itself, plus the pieces of evidence that are attached.
Correct.
Diba? So, when you go beyond yung mga attachments na nandoon, then to us, and then you ask witnesses to come, diba? Clarificatory lang daw. Pero kung clarificatory, bakit naman pati yung mga pieces of evidence na hindi naka-attach, ngayon pinapasabina na.
Kagaya ng SALN. Gusto ni Terry Ridon ipakita isabpina ang SALN, which Congressman Rufus Rodriguez is objecting to.
Yes, we heard the exchange actually, no. Again, with due respect to our lawmakers, position lang naman namin ang aming inilalahad. In fact, the Supreme Court was very clear. An impeachable offense is offense committed while the impeachable officer is in office, hindi ba?
Yes.
Now we're asking for SALNs from way back, I don't know,
When she was mayor.
2007, 2010. So, hindi na kasi yan kasama sa usapin ng impeachment.
But was that alleged? Is there an allegation there that refers to the SALN?
Well, actually, there's an allegation of unexplained wealth.
What did they say? What year?
To be fair to them, meron dun, I think it's a third complaint, sinabi doon na from 2007 to 2017, if I'm not mistaken, lumaki daw yung assets. That's why ang una namin sinasabi, walang ultimate facts. Kasi you have the 2007 SALN, and then you look at the 2017 SALN, lumaki, biglang...
But that's 18 years.
Yes, that's 18 years. And biglang may unexplained wealth na. I think that's really a sweeping conclusion of law and fact without basis.
That's why Rufus Rodriguez calls it a fishing expedition.
Precisely. And that's why the Vice President also felt that for a third time, she's being subjected to a fishing expedition precisely because hindi naman, unang-una, how did they make the allegation if they didn't have the SAL-ENS pala in the first place?
Now, the Supreme Court, in the first impeachment case, emphasized the due
Due
process
process.
requirement at every step of the impeachment process.
Yes.
Right? Itong ginagawa nila ngayon, I think one of your arguments is that they're violating the right to due process of the Vice President.
Yes, from the get-go, dun pa lang sa aming answer ad cautelam, we already raised the issue of due process, specifically on what we perceive to have been the application of double standards between the impeachment complaints against the President and the impeachment complaints against the Vice President. Di ba? Kasi sabi natin doon, we are not questioning, and I need to clarify this, we are not questioning the standards because we admit that in terms of standards, that's within the wisdom of the House, and this time the committee, no? But when you lay down a standard and then impose a different kind of standard on equally situated officials, then there is double standard. Yan ang sinasabi natin.
And that is a violation of due process.
Yes, and also there have been comments. Again, we respect the views, no? But at least we have to defend our side. There have been comments that she has 16 lawyers. She was given the opportunity to file her answer, so due process has been satisfied. I think that's an oversimplification.
Yes, because as Congressman Paulo Marcoleta said, sinabi ni Kong Paulo na ang due process requirement, ang kailangan, bawat ground ay sinusuri. Kunyari, may ground sila ng bribery. Susuriin ng committee. O sa ground ng bribery, meron bang sufficiency in substance? Sa ground ng graft and corruption, meron bang Hindi Dahil ang ginawa lang nila, binasa lang nila lahat yon at sinabi nilang sufficient ito in substance.
Oo, and also when you say, yun nga, recital of facts, no? Yun din yung ano namin wala namang ultimate facts eh. For example, they said the Vice President committed plunder. No, alam naman natin may elements ang krimen na plunder. You are a public officer, amount is 50 million and above, and then lastly, and this is the most important part, there is amassing, acquiring, diba, appropriating ill-gotten wealth. For example, ngayon, dun sa allegation, sabi nila, may confidential funds. That's elephant in the room, confidential funds, hindi ba? May confidential funds. Dinisburse ang confidential funds. Ngayon, paano natin nasabing napunta sa bulsa ng Vice Presidente yung ano?
And I've said this before, kung ang confidential funds ay hindi na-liquidate ng tama, ang commission proper ay maghuhusga na ito ay i-refund. Pero dito sa case ni VP Sara Duterte, sinabi ng COA na may unqualified sila na report at ito ay na-liquidate na ng tama. Hindi ibig sabihin na kung hindi mo na-liquidate ang inyong confidential fund, ay plunder na. Kasi sa plunder, kailangan may transaction ka. May transaction ka na ikaw ang may control. Yung problema, wala namang nagbibigay ng ganyang opinion sa ating mga congressman dahil wala naman iniisa sa kanila dyan dating COA commissioner. At hindi naman sila dahil hindi naman sila magtatawag ng experts. So ngayon, ang tinasabi nila, sila na lang ang magsusuri. Kaya sinasabi ng Luistro na gagawa sila ng mini trial. Abay, Congresswoman Luistro, baka mini pudol ang ibig mong sabihin. Dahil yung mini trial na yan, wala yan sa konstitusyon. Hindi po yan jurisdiction ng House of Representatives. Under Article 9, Section 3, Subparagraph 6, the power to try impeachment cases lies solely on the Senate. So now that the Vice President will not appear, Attorney Poa, they subpoenaed you.
Yes, they issued the subpoena against me. I have not received the subpoena, but I've already stated that I'm willing to attend.
Of course.
Because wala naman akong kailangan itago doon. In fact, 2 years ago, less than 2 years ago, there was already a Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability series of hearings, no, where we were called. And I was being asked about my participation in the confidential fund issue. And I already stated my point that my participation was limited, no, to the fact that when the COA issued AOMs, of course, I was tasked as the head of office to reply to the COA AOMs. But again, in fairness to our lawmakers, they probably issued a subpoena in the hopes of clarifying certain matters with me, and I'm willing to submit myself to that hearing and
But
to respond
everything that,
accordingly.
Attorney Poa, that everything that they ask of you must be based on what you have submitted.
Yes, based on what we submitted, the documents would actually show that I never signed any of the disbursement because I really was not part of the use, disbursement, liquidation of all these
Correct.
confidential funds. But as much as I can, based on my personal knowledge, I will answer directly their questions. Wala naman tayong
Did they say
kailangang
sa
itago.
subpoena nila ang Vice Presidente?
Wala. Wala silang sinabing ganun, and as we all know,
Bakit
hindi
hindi
pwede
nila
yan.
pinagsabpina ang aking pinakapaboritong presidente? Talaga ako, sisigaw ako dun sa, sa flagpole ng House of Representatives. Bakit yung presidente ko na paborito hindi nyo sinasabpina? Yan ang problema dito sa impeachment proceedings, mga kababayan. This is largely political. Makita na natin sa iba-ibang complaints even before when Chief Justice Davide was also Attorney Poa was
Yes.
also
Subjected to impeachment.
yes, he was responded in the impeachment case. Makikita mo na political talaga ang impeachment. Hindi naman po kami tanga na hindi namin alam na political yan. Pero wag naman yung masyado nyo na kaming ginagawang tanga na political na nga, para namang hindi kayo abogado dyan pag kayo ay naghihingi ng kung ano-ano. Masyado kayong... You have to forgive me, Attorney Poa, because I'm highly opinionated. Masyado kayong matalino dyan sa House of Representatives. Si Congresswoman Luistro, napakatalinong piskal na asawa niya ng nakusado ng rape ay pinatakas niya. Napakatalino. Si Attorney Terry Ridon, dati ko yung estudyante. Hindi lang iba sa akin yan. Napakatalino din. Ako na lang kaya ang debatehin nyo. Ako na lang ang isabpina nyo. Sasamahan ko si Attorney Poa. Dahil yung mga ginagawa nyo, hindi na yan tamang sa isip ng lahat ng principles of law na ating pinag-aralan. Ewan ko kung saan kayo nag-aral, baka magkaiba lang tayo ng binasa. Ngayon, the Supreme Court already said that due process must be respected every step of the way. And yet, Luistro, who seems to be the brightest in that committee, insists on making her own rules. For example, wala namang mini-trial dyan. Nakita nyo na ba yan sa Francisco case against Davide? Nakita nyo ba yung mini-trial sa kaso ni Mercedita Gutierrez? Nakita nyo ba yan sa kaso ni Erap? Wala. Gawa lang po yan ni Congresswoman Luistro. Kaya siguro imbitahin natin yan si Congresswoman Luistro dito, Net 25, para meron naman siyang due process dito sa aming usapang matino. Now, Attorney Poa, how does the Vice President feel about these proceedings now? This is the second time now.
Yes, second time now. The first time though was fast-track mode, no? Ayan yung nag-1/3 sila kaagad. But this is the first time na nagkaroon ng referral to the committee as
Because of
against
the
her.
Supreme Court ruling.
Because of the Supreme Court ruling. Of course, the Vice President already issued a statement saying that this is a third fishing expedition against her, actually, no? And that is what our position is, na kung magta-trial tayo, handa naman kami mag-trial sa Senado, 'di ba?
Yeah, doon sa Senado.
Doon sa Senado.
Hindi pwedeng dyan kay Luistro.
Oo. Because pagdating dito sa House, obviously, number one, we are questioning the fact that they cannot hold any form of trial, whether mini or whatever we call it. Basta trial, hindi pwede sa House. Pangalawa, medyo lumalampas na tayo sa, at least sa aming pananaw, lumalampas na tayo sa evaluation ng complaints. Pag kung ano-ano na ang mga dokumento outside the complaints ang hinihingi
Bakit
natin.
hindi na lang nila sabihin, sige na, sufficient na in substance, akyat na. We have now approved na ang impeachment, articles of impeachment, akyat na sa Senado para doon ang trial. Bakit pa gusto nila ng ganito-ganito?
Well, ayoko pong mag-speculate.
Dahil,
Of course,
Attorney
I have my
Poa,
opinions.
gusto nila ng trial by public opinion. Alam nyo, kayo, masyado kayong matalino dyan, mas matalino kami sa inyo. We are 10 steps ahead of you. Alam na namin yung ginagawa nyo dyan sa Committee on Justice. Mamaya, pati ako, ipakontempt nyo na. Kung hindi ba naman this is just all for show, bakit hindi na lang approve? Approve na articles of impeachment. Send it to the Senate. Doon na tayo mag-trial. Ready naman ang Vice President, di po ba?
We have no objections to that. Kung naririnig na nga natin na may numero na, 'di ba? May mga statements na may numero na. That's why we're saying kung pinag-uusapan na pala ang numero ngayon at may numero na and they want to already elevate it to the Senate, wala kaming problema doon because there we can fully defend the rights of the Vice President.
So there you have an
we
opportunity.
can test the credibility of these witnesses that they will produce.
One of them will be Madriaga?
Yes. Well, I suppose because he was also
Who is in jail for kidnapping for ransom?
Yes. And
Wala na ba kayong mas magaling na evidence na testigo dyan na hindi naman kidnapper? Ano ba kayo dyan? So, as Madriaga, who else will be their star witness?
Well, we don't know, no? We are still anticipating kung sino yung mga... But we have ideas. Siguro, wag muna naming ilabas yung mga ideas ng mga star witnesses nila. But, once we're there, we can test the credibility and we can show the Filipino people once and for all na walang basihan itong mga aligasyon nila laban sa ating Vice Presidente.
In fact, I interviewed Senate President Soto. And I asked him, I said, with all the things that you said against the Supreme Court ruling, the people are now saying, SP, that you are biased. So, mahirap po yan na kayo pa rin ang presiding dyan and people do not trust that you'll be fair. Ang sinabi niya, ito ang sinagot niya talaga, kung ako lang, if it were up to me, masyado na itong it takes too much of our time, this impeachment. 2 taon na lang. Pero kung pupunta yan sa Senado, ay gagawin ko ang tungkulin ko. So, sinasabi ng Senate President, gagawin niya ang tungkulin niya, iakyat niyo na ang articles of impeachment para naman may fairness ang Vice President ay merong opportunity naman to defend herself.
Opo. Well, I just need to state this for the record, no, because again, we're really on the the legal side lang. We do not dwell into the political, but we have always given the benefit of the doubt to the Senate President, to the Senate as that will be sitting as senator judges. We also are giving of the benefit of the doubt even to the Committee of Justice members. That's why itong ginawa naming objection dito sa ginagawa nilang mini trial, ito ay ibinigay muna namin sa kanila, inilahad namin sa kanila. We were trying to explain our side. Now, if that offended some of our lawmakers, we really regret that because it's not our intention to offend anyone. It is our duty as lawyers of the Vice President to protect her rights and her interest. And if we see that there are infirmities in the process, it's also our duty to bring these matters up and tell them that we have objections, serious objections, fundamental objections to the conduct of a so-called mini trial within the House. No? Now, sabi nyo nga, kung okay sa amin i-akyat, definitely. We have been ready since last year. During the first round of impeachments, despite filing that petition with the Supreme Court, as we all know, it's always 50-50, diba? So, we were ready to go into a full-blown trial.
But now, in the Senate, hindi na sila advantage. Kasi they need 2/3 or 16 votes. They need 16 votes. JV Ejercito, Senator Ejercito told me that sinabi niya na he is not in favor of that. Daming problema, lalo na ngayon, may gera. So, yung 15 nila, sa majority, nabawasan na sila ng isa, so 14. Ang sinasabi naman ng iba dyan, paano po yan pag si Senator Bato ay hindi po boboto? Abay, kahit hindi siya bumoto, kailangan pa rin nila ng 16 votes.
Yes,
you
that's
see?
correct. That's correct.
Mga kababayan, bakit para ano pa ito? Para ano pa ito na ginagawa nila? Na alam naman nila doon pag-akyat, matatalo rin sila. Bakit? Dahil gusto nila masira ang reputasyon ni Vice President Sara Duterte. At ito lang po ang isa sa pinakamatinding argumento ko talaga against that impeachment process. You're wasting our money. Kayong mga congressman at congresswomen kayo na matatalino, you're wasting taxpayers' money and you're wasting the time of the Congress. May gira na. Kulang na tayo sa langis. Ang krudo, 140 pesos. Ano? ang jeepney driver, 200 pesos na lang ang neto. Take home, dati tigwa 1,000. Ayaw na magsakay yung mga joyride. Dati 60, ngayon 66 na. May gera na, may digmaan na. Kayo, impeachment pa rin kayo. Wala kayong mga, compassion sa mga Pilipino. Ito pa, ano ba itong balita ko na magpapadala ng Japan ng 1,000 troops dito sa Pilipinas? Siyempre, meron tayong EDCA eh. Ayan, President BBM. Sige, sagutin mo yan. At ano itong narinig ko na ang China ay nagpapadala na ngayon ng troops near Taiwan. Now, ayan, Tariela, sagutin mo rin yan dahil gusto ko, mauna ka doon, Tariela, magpakahiro ka. Mga kababayan, eto na, digmaan, inflation, napakataas, hoarding. Ultimo, bigas, wala kang mabiling bigas dun sa mga, of course, mga high-end na, na grocery, Ang mga tao, nag-hoarding ang mayayaman, ang walang pera, paano? Saan mo iaayuda yan? Ito ang sinasabi ko, impeachment kayo ng impeachment. Ang sagot nyo lang sa digmaan at fuel crisis natin ay ayuda kayo ng ayuda. Uwak-bawi ka naman, BBM Uwak-bawi ka. Sabi mo subsidize mo yung mga jeepney driver, binawi mo Ngayon, pimirma ka na lang ng suspension ng excise tax, no? Excise tax, 10 pesos yun sa gasoline. Babawasan mo ng 10 pesos ang price ng gasolina namin. Ganon din yun. 90, minus 10, 80. Ganon din yun. Ngayon, ang plano mo, BBM. Maliban sa, ang majority leader dyan sa House of Representatives ay anak mo, na si Congressman Sandro Marcos, na siyang nagkukumpas dito sa impeachment. Hindi pwede ba yun? At yung si Secretary Garin ay mawindang-windang na kakahanap ng solusyon. Tapos ang majority leader na anak ni BBM ay nagkukumpas na ituloy itong impeachment. Bakit? Wala na ba kayong ibang magawa dyan? Kaya, mga kababayan, ito po ang relasyon ng politika sa ating ekonomiya. Nadagdagan lang po talaga tayo ng problema ngayon na hindi masolve ni BBM dahil ito'y digmaan na ang disaster sa atin ay tayo lang ang bansa sa buong mundo na nag-declare ang ating presidente ng energy emergency crisis. Kaya ngayon, tayo na naman ang talk of the world dahil dito sa ginawa nilang walang paghahanda. Ngayon, si Attorney Poa, tanungin natin ng kanilang paghahanda sa trial. Kumusta naman po ang paghahanda niyo, Attorney, para sa trial sa Senate?
I can say handang-handa na po tayo dahil last year pa nga we were already preparing. Alam naman natin kahit na nung nanalo tayo sa Supreme Court ay magkakaroon ng pangalawang round. In fact, even if malampasan natin to, hindi malayong magkaroon ng third round dahil talaga namang may mga sektor na gusto talagang ma-impeach ang ating Vice Presidente. So, I could say handang-handa na po tayo. We are ready to show our evidence. We are ready to show our witnesses sa tamang forum. Yun lang ang hinihiling namin sa tamang forum, which is at the Senate level. At doon, we are confident na mapapakita talaga natin na walang katotohanan yung mga paratang laban sa ating Vice Presidente, na kasinungalingan yung mga witnesses, walang kredibilidad ng mga witnesses na inalalabas nila laban sa ating Vice Presidente. And hopefully at the end of the day, hindi lang ang senator judges, pero ang taong bayan mismo ang makita kung ano ba talaga ang agenda behind all these impeachment complaints against the Vice President.
Are you thinking of going to the Supreme Court because of this mini poodle in the House of Reps?
Alam mo, hindi ako magsisinungaling. I won't deny that. That is definitely on the table.
Yes.
That is a possibility.
If I were you, I would do the same.
Diba? Nandyan yan. Kung sa atin naman, we had to at least give the Committee on Justice the respect of telling them ourselves kung ano ang problema natin dito sa nangyayari sa mga proceedings, to at least state on the record our objections. Now, kung hindi tayo pakikinggan, of course, that remedy is always there. And the lawyers, us as a team, we are exploring all remedies possible, and the Supreme Court is always a possibility. It's always one of the options.
Ang kaibahan, mga kababayan, sa impeachment case ni VP Sara ay siya ngayon ang nangunguna. She is the front runner. She is the woman to beat in the next elections. Yung mga kay Chief Justice Davide, kay ERAP, sa kay Ombudsman Merceditas Gutierrez, hindi sila kandidato sa 2028. Ito ang kaibahan ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Dahil hindi nila matatalo si Vice President Sara Duterte sa 2028 kung hindi nila ipa-disqualify. Kaya ito po ang ating tandaan na ang mga nangyayari po sa ating bansa ngayon is too much na politika. Ang nagdi-demand ngayon ng mga tao ay isolve nyo ngayon itong aming kahirapan. Isolve nyo ito, inflation na ito. Hindi namin kailangan yung yung mga show nyo dyan sa House of Representatives. Yung pasikat nyo dyan, hindi namin kailangan yan. Isolve nyo ang gutom ng Pilipino dahil more than 50% of Filipinos, or that means maybe 60 million Filipinos, are already hungry. Kaya yung impeachment process na ito ay talaga pong political ito. Ang distinction nito at pagkakaiba sa ibang impeachment doon ay dahil ang inaakusahan nila ay si Vice President Sara Duterte na siyang front runner or the woman to beat in 2028. Kaya problema ni BBM, dapat sulbahin niya. Hindi yung ibibigay niya yung baton sa anak niya as majority leader para ikumpas ang impeachment. Yun ba ang solusyon niya sa 2028? Mga kababayan, dito po, sa usapang matino, ay yung totoo lang ha. Ang usapan dito, wala akong sasabihin nyo si Atty. Guanzon, bias kasi, ay lahat naman po na sinabi ko sa inyo ngayon ay may basihan. Kaya inimbita natin si Atty. Poa dito para alam natin ang legal na aspeto sa depensa ni Vice President Sara Duterte. At maraming salamat, Attorney Poa, for gracing us today.
Maraming salamat, Kong. It's a pleasure to have met you personally.
Eto,
Finally. It's been a long
magkakilala
time
lang kami
coming.
nito sa pangalan eh.
Sa pangalan, opo. But thank you for having me on your show.
Salamat.
Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat po. Attorney Rowena Guanzon po, ang inyong lingkod.